Hi, my name's Andy Moore with Gulf Coast Property Management, and I'm here today to talk about how to handle evictions and when tenants aren't paying you. One of the questions that are often asked by owners is what to do when a tenant isn't paying. The approach we take at Gulf Coast is we're process driven. So on the fifth day after a rent, so we establish that the tenant hasn't paid, we will contact the tenant and immediately deliver a 3-day notice. The 3-day notice is the first step in the eviction process, but what it also does is it puts the tenant on notice that we're serious about collecting the money. If the tenant doesn't pay after the 3 days has expired, we will be talking to you as the landlord as to how we can move forward. We will share information regarding what the tenant has said. Sometimes, with the best will in the world and the best screening policies, life happens and tenants, they lose their job, or they have to relocate, or they divorce, and unfortunately, the landlord is often one of the victims of this. Rather than take the person to court, which may take 4 or 6 weeks, what we often try to do is work with the tenant, work with the landlord, and come to some agreement. Now, it might mean letting the tenant out of their lease early with a penalty. It might mean that we reach agreement with the tenant that they're not paying their rent. We establish that we let them out of their lease with the agreement that they pay in 6 months' time. But the key to it all is getting the property back under the possession of the landlord so that it can be re-rented. With a tenant staying in the property, stringing out the legal side of things, you're not getting paid, and there's no guarantee that even with an eviction you'll ever recover those costs or that lost rent. So what we do, we strike compromises. We take a business decision, and it may mean letting the tenant go so that we can re-rent the property immediately and then get you back on the road of collecting rent. That's how we do things at Gulf Coast, and I encourage some landlords to do the same thing when it comes to addressing how tenants aren't paying their rent. Communication is key, as well as ensuring that you are collecting as much rent as possible. Well, that's enough for the evictions. If you do have any questions, or you are concerned that your tenant isn't paying you any money, please give us a call. We'll be happy to help. And I'm Andy with Gulf Coast Property Management.